All right, today we're going to take a look back at a real titan of web development, Zend Studio. For a long time, this was the tool for any serious PHP professional. So how did it go from being the industry standard to, well, a piece of history? Let's dive in. Okay, first things first, let's get on the same page about what an IDE even is. The best way to think about it is like a developer's all-in-one master workshop. Instead of having a bunch of separate tools scattered all over the place, an IDE pulls everything you need, your code editor, your debugger, all of it, into one single application. It's basically mission control for building software. And for a very, very long time, if you were in the PHP world and you asked someone, hey, what's your workshop of choice? A super common answer was Zend Studio. It wasn't just an option. For a lot of pros, it was the option. So what was the secret sauce? What made it so popular? Well, let's pop the hood and take a look inside its toolbox. We're going to see exactly what features made this thing the gold standard for so many years. A huge part of Zend Studio's appeal started with its really intelligent coding features. It had amazing stuff like in-place refactoring, so you could rename a function in one spot and poof, it would instantly update it everywhere else in your project. Its code analysis would spot potential errors as you were typing. These weren't just little conveniences. They were massive time savers that helped people write much cleaner, much more solid code. Of course, writing code is only half the job, right? Finding and squashing bugs is the other half. And Zend Studio was a beast at this. It had powerful debugging for both your local machine and remote servers. It played nice with testing frameworks like PHP Unit, but the real killer feature was its deep integration with its partner in crime, Zend Server. This let you do this incredibly deep analysis of what was actually going on with your code out in the wild. And finally, it handled the whole project lifecycle. You had built-in support for version control like Git, you could connect directly to databases, and you could deploy your apps right to the server. The main thing to get here is this. Zend Studio wasn't just a text editor, it was a full-blown command center for your entire project from start to finish. And that right there brings us to its secret weapon, the Zend ecosystem. See, the real magic of Zend Studio wasn't just the app itself, it was how it plugged into this whole suite of other powerful Zend tools. And let me tell you, the difference this made was just night and day. Before, you were stuck setting up servers by hand, trying to guess how to replicate a weird bug. With Zend Studio and Zend Server working together, you had a complete PHP environment ready to go. You could literally take an error that happened on your live production server, pull it right into your IDE, and start debugging it on your own machine. That was an absolute game changer. So, how big of a deal was this whole setup? Well, by 2013, the Zend Studio and Server combo was being used at over 40,000 companies. 40,000. That's a massive footprint. It just shows you how central this thing was to the entire professional PHP world. But you know how it is in tech? The world never, ever stands still. While Zend Studio was sitting on top of the world, the ground was starting to shift right under its feet. This powerhouse was about to become a tool frozen in time. This timeline really tells the whole story, doesn't it? In 2013, it's at its absolute peak. Just 4 years later, July 2017, it gets its final stable release. And today, it's officially stuck in the past, only supporting a version of PHP that's been obsolete for years. I mean, this quote from Zend's own website says it all. The IDE's greatest strength, that deep, seamless integration with Zend Server, ended up becoming its greatest weakness. It's just not compatible with modern versions of its own ecosystem anymore. That magic connection was severed. So where does that leave Zend Studio today? What is its legacy in a world that has, for the most part, completely moved on? When you put it side by side with modern tools like PHP Storm or VS Code, the difference is just stark. Zend Studio is locked into an old version of PHP, while the new guys support the absolute latest. It hasn't seen a real update since 2017, while others are getting new features all the time. Its old, closed-off approach just couldn't keep up with this new world of flexible tools and thriving plugin communities. It's truly a product of a different era. But here's the thing. Its story is not one of failure.
Not at all. Zend Studio was a pioneer. It brought a level of power and professionalism to PHP development that was basically unheard of back then. It set the standard, it raised everyone's expectations, and it directly paved the way for the amazing tools that we all rely on today.
And that kind of leaves us with one final bigger thought. Zend Studio was once the absolute best in class, a tool that thousands of developers poured countless hours into mastering. And now, it's a relic. It really makes you wonder, when the specific software we master inevitably fades away, what are the core skills, the problem solving, the logic, that truly last a lifetime in this career?